Hello!
Hello!
We are back for episode 15 of the Knitting Twinnings podcast. I'm Emily.
I'm Julia.
Welcome back to our channel. We've been away, we haven't been here in since early February, I think, when we filmed our last podcast.
It's been about 6 weeks and a lot has happened. We did a couple of vlogs. We went to London at the end of February. Emily vlogged it a little bit, so we took you with us. And after that, Emily, you got a little bit sick.
Yes, I got sick. I was sick for a long time.
Yeah, you had 3 weeks of a very bad back and then a virus.
A couple of viruses and one that is still a little bit with me.
I also got sick a little bit. I feel like February really was like February and March. It's the end of winter. Everyone is so tired. And you just catch everything that goes around. So you missed March, a couple of weeks of work, and I missed a day or two.
Hopefully spring is coming and
spring is here.
Spring is here technically.
And we've had a few days of mild, nice weather. Crossing fingers that
it stays that way.
Or it goes back to that, because it's been a bit rainy here in Paris the last few days, but it's March. Usually April gets better.
And then spring and summer are here, which is my favorite time of year. So
definitely.
I hate I don't like winter in general. I have to say all the way to Christmas is okay, but then January, February, March is just cross them off. I could just do without, honestly.
I used to love winter because you get to bundle up in all your hand knits, but I feel like the older you get, the more the lack of light affects you. And for me, it definitely, sunshine absolutely lifts my mood. I used to hate summer and heat, and now I need it. So I think it's just something about getting older. So we are here to talk about our knitting primarily.
Yes. But we can say maybe that next week we are going to Rome on holidays.
We have decided every year in spring we take a week off and we go visit a place we always wanted to visit. Last year we went to Athens and it was great. And this year I was like, I want to go to Rome. I've never been. Neither have you. No. And for me it has always been at the top of my list of places to visit. So next Sunday we're off to Rome. Incredibly excited.
Yes.
We're taking a week off. We're going to Rome. We're going to eat all the delicious pasta and food there. We're going to visit all the beautiful places over there. We have already booked
the Vatican. Because apparently you can't go if you haven't booked it 3 to 4 weeks in advance. So that's done. We haven't booked anything else, and I think that maybe
we need to look into it this week. Absolutely.
So we'll see.
So we're very excited and very much looking forward to taking a week off and seeing beautiful places and beautiful things.
Hopefully with some sunshine.
Yes, hopefully.
I don't know of any yarn shops in Rome.
Me neither.
So if any of you have any suggestions for good yarn shops in Rome, then please pop it in the comments so that we can check it out.
We're definitely interested.
Yes.
As far as places to visit, I think our list is already full. We're
already very long.
For 5 or 6 days. and there's so many things to see already.
Yes.
I have researched all the cafes and restaurants I want to visit. I'm
researching the museums.
Yes, I like to research all the cafes and restaurants, and I do Google Maps list, and then that way every time if we're walking around a certain area, I can go into my Google Maps and say, I saved this place, let's go and see it. And stuff. So yeah, we like to do research.
Yes,
it's half of the fun of traveling for me.
Yes. So, what are you wearing?
I am wearing a finished object, which I think I finished it as soon as we
recorded the last
podcast.
Yes,
and then I very
possible.
promptly brought it to work and left it there, because it is honestly just the perfect thing to throw on when you're at work and you just want to wear something over your outfit. It is the Boxy Raglan Cardi by Joji Locatelli. I knit it in 4 skeins of LBA Kumo by Bien Aimee in the colorway Sari. I feel like it's a bit dark, but I don't want to stand up too much because I'm wearing pajamas, but you know. There we go. It's just a very simple cardigan with raglan sleeves. I did like no shaping, the sleeves are straight. I didn't make it too oversized because I really wanted to make it fit in my 4 skeins. It came out.
And did it fit?
Yes, absolutely. No worries. I made some calculations. I saved the skein. As soon as I separated the body and sleeves, I knit the 2 sleeves. So I was ready. And then I finished the body and saved half of a skein to do the whole neckband. So I didn't make it very long, but it's fine.
Okay.
It's like I wanted it to be, because the LBA Kumo is a bulky yarn. So I knit it, I think, on a 6mm, and it's very lightweight. But very warm as well, because it's all sur alpaca. It's perfect. I really love it. It's what you want to wear like on the weekend at home, or just throw on over your dress or whatever you're wearing at work. Or I really, really love it. So that's a finished object that I finished for a little while, but love it. What are you wearing?
Oh, I'm wearing an oldie but a goodie. It's the so-faded sweater. I'm sorry, it's very creased.
Yeah.
It's been sitting in my wardrobe for a long time. But, so it's the so-faded in La
by
Bien
Andrea Mowry.
By Andrea Mowry in La Bien Aimee Merino Sport in a grey fade.
It's the Magellanic fade.
Yes.
It's called.
Yes.
So it's Le Petit Nuage, Le Grand Nuage, Magellanic Clouds, and Ash. It's really nice.
I love it.
Yeah.
I knitted probably 3 or 4 years ago, I think. It hasn't moved, honestly.
Yeah.
No pilling, no nothing.
Merino Sport is just my favorite yarn.
Me too. For sweaters, it's the best, honestly.
Yeah, it's nice and plump.
And it doesn't move, it doesn't grow, it doesn't, you know, so.
And I love the So Faded pattern by Andrea Mowry. Is one I've knit a few times, because I love the way it all fits, the way she makes you. It's not one of those raglan sweaters where you start with the neckline and then increase everywhere.
Yeah.
You start with the back and then you shape a little bit like the neck, and then you cast on the front. So it has a really nice crew neck that is not too straight or
too tight.
The shaping just looks really great. And I love Andrea's raglan increases. She, for the bigger sizes, she doesn't just add rows.
No.
She sometimes, on certain rows, you have double increases so that you have the number of stitches that you need, but it doesn't get too deep. which is the case for, I feel, a lot of Raglan sweaters that are designed by designers who don't really think about
plus sizes.
Yeah, and it's because you're bigger, it doesn't mean you're taller.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this is a pattern that I go back to really often. I knit
I think I knit
a solid
4 of them. I have 4, I think, and I'm knitting another one.
Yeah. As a t-shirt.
As a t-shirt with no fade.
Did you bring it? You should show it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show it.
Because you've been working on it.
Yeah, I've been working on it for 1 year.
We're not gonna hear you.
Yeah.
This pattern I also knit as like a non-fade. I also knit it in a Bleu Royal in a single color.
Yeah.
And it was great.
I had a sweater quantity of La Bien Aimee Sport weight in a color I love, which is Vespa Graffiti. And so it's been on the needles for over a year, maybe 2 years, I think.
But it's one of your projects that you get back to sometimes. And
yes. It's never been my main focus, but I know it's a pattern that I love and that I enjoy knitting. It's a bit on the boring side when you don't have any fading or when you're on the body, but
it's just a simple basic sweater.
Yeah, very basic.
But it just fits great.
Yeah, and this one I'm gonna do with short sleeves.
Why?
For spring.
Because you only had 3 skeins, or?
No, I think I have 4 skeins, but I love short sleeve jumpers, especially to wear over your dresses, like in spring or summer. So this one I think is a nice color for spring. So we'll see. So yeah, that's my so faded. And since last time I finished my big fluffy cowl, but it is way too big.
Oh.
You know, when you're knitting something and you're not exactly sure how much yarn you're gonna need and everything, I wanted to have one like you, which is more fitting around your neck. But I kept going until I was done with my yarn, and now it's, you know.
En fait, the problem is you knit yours the same as I knit mine, except I'm a tighter knitter, and yours.
Now I used the smaller needles.
Yeah, but you did the same amount of stripes. You should have done.
I think I need at least 3 stripes.
4. Yeah. Well, you know what? You could undo it.
I could undo it.
Just forget and reseam it.
Yeah. I could. We'll see.
It can be nice to wear it as a loose cowl as well. I don't think it looks bad, honestly.
No,
I
but
think it looks
it's
nice.
not what I wanted. So it's a bit of a fail for me, I have to say.
Well, the colors look great.
Yes.
It's very cozy.
Yeah.
And fluffy.
But I should have really measured it instead of just trying it on without seaming it around my neck and going like, oh yeah, I could keep going, you know. I should have really measured it, and so, you know, that's what it is when you have a loose gauge, and
it grew a little bit with blocking as well.
Did. Yeah. So
well, I think it needs to be fixed.
Yes, it's gonna get fixed.
Yeah,
just not yet.
Yeah.
I get it fixed.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah,
because it's a really nice cowl. It's really soft. It's really great for winter because it's all like doubled, and it's a great project. It just needs a few stripes less.
Yeah. So that's it for the finished objects.
Yes.
Should we talk about what we're working on at the moment?
So we are both being sample knitters at the moment.
Yes.
I work at La Bien Aimee. I always forget to say it. And in May we have our big pop-up shop for the 10-year anniversary of La Bien Aimee. we have a special guest coming. Well,
a few
special guests, but one of them is Nadia Cretin-Lechenne. She's a Swiss designer, and
we talk about her a lot, I think, but you've probably heard of her and seen her on the La Bien Aimee post.
Definitely, we collaborate with her a lot. And so because Nadia is coming, we wanted to knit a few samples of hers that we didn't have yet, or in new colors that we wanted to do. So Emily volunteered and I volunteered as well. I just finished knitting another sample for the La Bien Aimee pop-up, but I can't show it because it's a secret sample in a secret yarn. But since then, we've both cast on a shawl by Nadia Cretin-Lechenne. Emily cast on hers when she was homesick, so she has a good amount of progress on it. Attends, ce serait mieux de le montrer dans le bon sens. Would be better to show it in the...
No, like this.
So Emily is knitting Magic Spell by Nadia Cretin-Lechenne.
NCL knits in La Bien Aimee LBA.
Cashmerino.
LBA yellow and Pinkfetti for the nice pinky speckly yarn.
So it's a big crescent shawl. For now it doesn't look like a crescent because it's all bunched up on the needle.
And it's sections of garter stitch and sections of really easy lace. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. Honestly, it's very, very easy. So yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment. Enjoying it a lot. I love knitting shawls. I just don't wear them as much as I used to.
Yeah, me too. I haven't knit a shawl in a while, actually, I think. Just because, I don't know, I would rather wear a cowl, I think. Or I've knit a few bandanas. It's kind of the same, but...
Yeah, but it's easier to wear. It's not as big. You don't have to style it. It's not difficult to wear with...
I think also because my winter coat is huge. Yes. It's really big. It goes up high. I have a big hood. I couldn't wear a shawl over it. So a cowl fits nicely under it. But yeah. And so I'm also knitting a shawl by Nadia. The one I'm knitting is called Coeur de Lion. And it's one of I think it's Nadia's first shawl pattern that she published in 2013. She worked with Amy back then, but Amy hadn't started La Bien Aimee yet. So Amy provided her yarn from her that she sold at her cafe, and that was their first collaboration. So it's a traditional... I only started it a week ago, I think. It's a traditional construction. It's you start with a garter stitch triangle, and then you knit a lace border along it, but you knit it in this direction instead of having a long
so you
border
knit
like
it
this,
and you join it as you go along the
So it's like a traditional Scottish hep shawl, I think it's called. And it's a really cool construction. I knit one of those a very long time ago, and I remember enjoying it a lot. I think it was a Brooklyn tweed pattern. I made it into a blanket because it was so big. So this is called Coeur de Lion, and I am using La Bien Aimee Helix held double in the colorway Avoine, which is our light beige neutral. And honestly, I am enjoying it a lot. It's really mindless knitting. It's gonna be my perfect project to go on holiday with me to Rome. I'm gonna finish the center triangle and start the lace. So that's the only project I will take with me, because I know we won't have tons of time to knit. And yeah, I think it's gonna be perfect for like plain knitting and evening knitting. So I'm very happy with it. It's really fun. It's really fun to knit a Nadia shawl. I love her patterns. Oh, my shawl is in my fringe bag. It's in my yellow fringe bag that I don't know if you remember these. We used to collect them.
I love them.
Emily has a few.
I have a few, and they're still, I think, my favorite shape of project bags.
Yeah.
I have to say.
They have a drawstring. They have a great leather handle. I have the yellow one that was made custom for La Bien Aimee before. I used to work at La Bien Aimee. Yeah, I think I have another blue-gray one. But that's it.
I have the beige one, I have the yellow one,
Right.
I have a green one, I have a camo one, which is really good.
Yeah.
And I think I have a brown one too.
Oh.
So I have 5.
Yeah, so that's what we are both actively working on at the moment. Because we have a deadline, but it's for May, so we still have a little bit
so
of
maybe
time.
you could remind us the dates of the La Bien Aimee pop-up.
Yes, certainly. The La Bien Aimee pop-up shop will be in May from the 13th to the 24th of May. Nadia will be with us on the Friday, May 17. And I can't wait. We have a special event planned for it. We have tickets available. And yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
I will try to be around also.
Emily will also be volunteering at the pop-up.
La Bien Aimee pop-up.
Yeah, depending on your availabilities, but you will be there. So
I plan on being there as much as I can, and then we'll see how things go.
Yeah.
Because it's a period in France where we have a few bank holidays, so
there's
it's
a couple
not
long
easy
weekends.
to juggle between work when you're off work, when people want to be off work, you know, with your colleagues and stuff. So we'll have to see how things go, but it's gonna be a fun time, and a good time to be around Paris and to meet new people. So that's gonna be good.
Yeah. So if you want to come and see us and meet Nadia, and obviously we will be at the La Bien Aimee pop-up shop. I will be there almost every day.
And there are gonna be some other really good guests.
Really great guests. So cool.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always a really fun time.
Yeah.
It's intense and, you know, a bit tiring, but at the same time, we get to meet so many knitters and wonderful designers, and for me it's also a time that I get a lot of positive energy from
the people you meet.
meeting so many other knitters and stuff.
And speaking of the pop-up, at the last one, when was the last one?
In December.
Veera Valimaki came, and she had a trunk show. And I really fell in love with
She released this new pattern for the pop-up in December.
The lemonade sweater. So I've been working on it. So I've put it a bit on the back burner, but I'm still working on it.
You've made some really good progress on it.
So I'm there at the moment. I've probably knit about 15 centimeters of the body since I split for the sleeves. I'm using La Bien Aimee Wensley worsted in Anemone for the mauve and Baz for the neon yellow. It's the exact same colors that Veera used for the sample, and I love it. Honestly, I love it. It's very easy color work, very easy color work, but it's quite entertaining.
And the colors are so much fun.
Yes. So probably not for this spring, except if this spring is very cold, but we'll see.
Hang on, sorry, I'm gonna try to do a thing because I can see it's getting dark.
So we'll see. I'd like to have it finished for the next pop-up. So I'm making good progress on the lemonade sweater by Veera Valimaki.
Yeah,
that I wanted to share with you. So
it's really fun.
Yeah, I think I just cast it on last time, probably. I cast it on, I think, in January. So that's some progress that I made. And I also have another active whip, which is a blanket for our niece, Leah. who's almost 4 months old now. She's so cute. Really.
She's the cutest.
The cutest, the most perfect baby.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Very lively, very positive, very...
She's really cute and very easy. She sleeps at night. She's usually always in a good mood. She's very dynamic during the day. Very awake. Yeah. She's starting to grab things. She's starting to laugh. Yeah. So she's adorable. My
whip is in my Kuroneko knits bag, which I love, and I'm knitting the Dustland blanket by Stephen West. It's I love the Dustland patterns in general.
It's just simple textured stitches. Yeah, they look really nice.
It looks really good, I think, to the different stitch patterns, and it makes it a really enjoyable knit. It's easy, but it's still quite entertaining because you have short sections that you go through, so it's quite motivating. So I think...
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. I think I'll take this to Rome with...
good idea.
With the shawl. So these are going to be my 2 projects for Rome. Hopefully try to make a bit of progress. So I'm knitting this in La Bien Aimee Merino DK in a really... vintage color that I love, which is
Life Aquatic.
Life Aquatic, yeah. So it's
light minty green with some super fun speckles in hot pink and light yellow
and blue.
And blue, yeah.
Yeah, so I love it. So this is my other active whip. And that's it for me.
I don't have another whip, I have to say.
Don't have another whip.
I had cast on my cherry sweater in February, but this one is on the back burner while I knit the samples for work. So I'm just going to concentrate on the Coeur de Lion shawl for now so that I make good progress and finish it on time. Because knitting on a deadline always stresses me out. So I would rather just concentrate on that one whip. But there is news because we have a Rybeck sweater. We have a decision that has been made on our Rybeck sweater project with our friends and Charlotte and Ludivine, who are going to Rybeck with us. We have been texting for a couple of months sweater ideas for Rybeck, and none of us can agree on one pattern. We like all the ideas that everyone submits and stuff, but it's always like, I don't see myself knitting that's too much knitting, or I'm never gonna wear this, or so it's been a bit complicated, but I absolutely fell in love with a new pattern that was recently released in a new Amerisu book, which is called Assemblage. And it's, I printed it out so you can see, but it's really dark. It's called the Crayola Jacket by Jesu Knits. And it's a really nice oversized jacket. It looks kind of like, for me, it's an elevated penguono. It has like different sections and super pretty ruffles on the sleeves. And it's just, I've been following this designer because Amy showed me a couple of her designs, saying she's super interesting. And so I've been following her, and when I saw this pattern, the Crayola jacket, I was like, I need this. For me, it's kind of like the Traveler Shell. It's like a jacket that you throw on over. It doesn't have long sleeves. It's just I don't know. I just fell in love with it. I sent it to our text group, and our 2 friends also love it, and were like, ooh, yes, I would knit that. Everyone loves it except Emily. Emily does not want to knit it which we all thought, you know what, sod it.
And I said, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna knit that, but if the three of you love it, then do it.
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna be able to find, one pattern that we all really love, because that's what you want. I think in a Rybeck sweater, you want something you really love and you really enjoy wearing. So I said, if the three of you love it, then go for it. And I think, I'll see if I love it when they're knitting it. I may change
your mind.
I might.
So this is what it looks like. The Crayola jacket by Jesus Knits, I think. I think she's a Chilean designer.
I think it looks really good, but I don't see myself wearing it or knitting it. So.
So once we agreed on this, the three of us, I was like, I bet I have stuff in my stash, yarn in my stash to knit it. And so I went in my stash and I pulled the sweater quantities that I really loved, and I decided...
Yeah, you posted on it on Instagram.
Yeah, posted on Instagram, so I'm gonna use yarn from the Wandering Flock, a beautiful color called Candied Peaches. It's a light pink, peachy pink with yellow and pink speckles, which I am in love with. I'm also gonna use, I had a sweater quantity of like a light pink sport weight yarn from Les Petits Points Parisiens, so I'm gonna hold it as well. And I also have some mohair silk from La Bien Aimee in the light pink called Sansa. So these are like my main colors. And I also went stash diving at work, and I picked, a few skeins of like Kumo and Fluoro Morganite, another light pink. I also have some Helix. So that's really my palette. It's all like pinks and a pop of Fluoro Morganite, which I know I won't be disappointed with. And so what I did yesterday, I had a fun day. I did a day of swatching in order to find all my different sections. So this is my MC. It was just so fun to make I really channeled my inner Amy, because she's the crazy swatcher. And I just put my colors together and I tried different things. And so I did, Amy usually calls these her color chips. And I saw her doing that when we were working on neons and neutrons together, when she wanted to decide her colors for Videira by Maisato Mikawa and Ferrule by Florence Perling. She would knit just little squares in different color combinations to see which ones she liked. So these are all of my little color chips for my Rybeck sweater. And I feel like I really found a combination that I absolutely love. So this is gonna be my main body. And then this is going to be like the front band. And this is going to be the shoulders. There's a nice placket on the shoulders, so I'm gonna add a pop of neon yellow. That's Buzz on Helix. And then the ruffles.
Basil.
Aha, behind you. The ruffles for the sleeves, I'm gonna do peach sweater and Sansa held together, so it has that nice little shimmery effect. I cannot tell you how difficult it is not to cast on right now that I have, decided everything and I have all my plan, and I really have to stop myself from casting this on, because this year I decided to be monogamous knitter, And, you know. Yeah. So that's it. I have all my plans for my Rybeck sweater. The Crayola jacket by Jesus Knits. We are going to link everything in the notes under this video so that you can go and see it. It's the pattern is not available individually. It's published in a new publication by Amirisu. But we sell it on the Bien Aimee website, and so I bought the
book.
The book, because there's a couple other patterns in there that are super nice, including a beautiful shawl from Inya Sang. Anyway, so I have all my plans are made for my Rybeck sweater, and I feel like that's gonna be a really fun knit. It's on big needles as well. It's on a bulky yarn. So, and I'm using all stash yarn, which is really fun. So, could not be more excited. I might, cast on this weekend a little bit, just to start it. But yeah, it was really fun to put all the colors together. And there's a couple I frogged because I didn't like, and started again, and now I can really see what it's going to look like. So it was just a super fun process to do. And yeah, I sent a photo to Amy and I said I channeled my inner you because she's the one who taught me how to swatch. So yeah, that's it. Very, very excited for my Rybeck sweater.
Good. Did we have anything we wanted to talk about? I have a few notes in my
to show our
knitting journal. So I had a few knitting goals for March, which is almost done, and which I didn't get round to, but I wanted to make some progress on the lemonade sweater and on Leah's blanket, which is happening. I also wanted to knit a small accessory, which I haven't done.
No, because you started working on the sample.
Yes. But I would very much like to knit a hood.
Oh, fun!
So I found a pattern that I liked, which is called. Can you look it up on your phone? It's called the Hybrids. I don't know how you say it in English.
Hybrids.
I think Hybrids hood. Because I've been looking at a lot of different patterns, but it's a bit difficult for me to find a good hood pattern, I think. I don't like the very close balaclavas. I wanted a bigger one, but still not too big, with a bit of a cowl, but not too big of a cowl. So I think this one looks good. I got the yarn for it. I got some very simple knitting for olive in a medium grey. So
yeah, it's a worsted weight gauge.
Yeah, so we'll see. I have this. I really want to wear a nice hood for a change, because I like doing hats, but want to knit a hood. So that's on my list. I also wanted to knit a small shawl for myself, and I love the mini cozy by our friend Nadia Cretin-Lechenne, who we already talked about.
I have it on the needles, but I haven't finished it.
And you showed it on the La Bien Aimee podcast that you did with Amy, because when you were doing the unpacking. Because she took it on her.
It's a beautiful small shawl in all over cables, a very simple cables that you can do without a cable needle, and it's knit in Helix, Double, and Little Kumo. I have it on the needles in Guillaume, which is a light pink with speckles. It's super, super pretty.
But you know what? I think I'm gonna put it on my list for the pop-up.
Good idea.
And get some yarn for it at the pop-up.
Good idea.
And I knit it this summer.
Yeah.
So So I put it on the back burner, but it's on my list for the pop-up. And another thing I wanted to get was yarn for bandana in Tarja, because I think that's gonna be my next knitting challenge.
Me too. I really want to knit like the all over Intarsia bandana.
Me too.
I don't know if I want to follow Amy's pattern or if I want to make it up, because I see how she does it. She does big sections and smaller sections and different shapes, and it's really fun also to just let your imagination go and just come up with different shapes, or try different shapes as you're knitting as well.
I've only knit in Tarja on the Marley pullover, and it was a very simple recipe that you followed, so I'm not exactly
sure. You did Intarsia in the round though,
yes,
which is more difficult than doing it flat.
Yes, it was pretty hard, but I want to master Intarsia, and so my goal
I really want to do that too.
So we'll do it then.
We could just get a bunch of mini skeins in the colors that we like. And then
it might be a new challenge for April or May or something.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what I had on my knitting goals for
maybe
March.
Once we finish our samples, it would be fun to cast on something just without a pattern, just following the bandana pattern, and just doing Intarsia and trying different shapes, and absolutely.
So I had this on my list. I also wanted to talk quickly about dream knitting for me. I really, really love the Book Club pullover by Sari Nordlund.
Oh yeah, the pullover or the cardigan?
I like the pullover better than the cardigan, but I love them both. But I have to say I like wearing sweaters better than cardigans. So I really, really love this pattern.
All over cables.
Because one of the podcasts I watch every week is the one by Young Folk Knits, and she test knits most of Sari's patterns, and she inspires me a lot. And I have to say that I tried knitting one of Sari's patterns of an all-over cable sweater, I think 2 or 3 years ago, and I just dropped it. I couldn't, because you have to follow 4 different set of instructions, and that was too much for me.
Oh yeah, all the different charts.
So
Basically,
I don't know if one day I'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
I want to be able to knit that kind of sweaters one day, but it's a lot of work, and you need to have this, disponibility in your mind to concentrate on that.
Salut!
So
Basil
wants
here.
to say hi. So that's what I had in my notes. I also thought that we could show, I think last time we talked about the new book by Dee Hardwick and Yona Helen.
It's no longer new though.
No, it's not that new, but I think we talked about it last time, but we didn't show it, so I thought could have shown it. We maybe didn't have it at home yet, but it's an incredible book with sweaters and shawls. Dee Hardwick does mostly Intarsia, I think. No,
it's
all over. It's all over
color work or embroidery.
That's
so you duplicate stitch over. So you can knit like a really simple square for her scarf, and then she explains how to embroider the different patterns over it.
And it's
so no, it's not Intarsia.
Flowers.
It's all botanical patterns.
And I
Flowers
think it's just incredible. Incredible. I love all of them.
I show the one I was at a woolen affair where they released the book, and I got yarn for one of the patterns. which is, I'm gonna find it.
Oh, keep your hand in this one because it's my favorite.
I know. It's the one you like, but that's a lot of color work though. Oh, this one. Pressings. So maybe we see it better.
Yes.
Here. So this is the pressings shawl. You knit it in 2 different colors of mohair silk, which I love. And then you add dots of color. And I got yarn from Sonder Yarn Co. to do it. And so yeah, this is definitely on my list. I have yarn to do it. Emily's favorite is this one. Garden Party. I can't see. And this one is all over color work. It's all knit in La Bien Aimee. All of these patterns are in La Bien Aimee, either merino singles or mohair silk. And this one is just absolutely beautiful. Yeah. And otherwise, the sweaters are all by Yona Helin, who designs all of my favorite sweaters. I could knit everything that Yona designs. It's just simple, minimalist designs, exactly how I want to wear my sweaters. Usually she likes a bit of a bigger gauge, which I'm very happy for. And she has some really lovely sweaters in here. Just simple sweaters with a casual silhouette, which I love. There's also a dress, like a tank top dress, which I'm obsessed with. Hang on, I'm gonna find it. I love that dress. I need it. So it's hard to see because it's black on black. But it's yeah, it's a black tank top dress. It's called Frankie. This one. I would just knit that in a heartbeat. So yeah, that's definitely been on my list since I got the book. I love, everything about these. These are so cool. Yeah.
Yes, so I thought it would be nice to show this to you.
Yeah. I forgot the Amirisu book assemblage at work, so I can't show it to you.
Next time.
I'll show it next time. Yeah. And we wanted to finish by sharing one last thing with you, which is not technically knitting related, but we're here for different things as well. I feel like was it last time we shared with you our knitting journals, and this time we wanted to share our notebooks with you.
Yes, we've been getting a lot into notebooks, which you probably saw in our vlogs. Amy too is a lot into this.
So we like to now shop for stationery and stuff. It's a fun new collection and hobby to have, and really it's a nice hobby because it really just helps you. I feel like for me it really helps me do something that's not on my phone. Yep. Yeah. It's like having a knitting journal means I don't just keep track of all my knitting on my Ravelry, which is great and super practical, and I will always keep using Ravelry, but it's nice also to just write down all my ideas and stuff.
Yeah, me too.
It definitely,
I love it. In this one I showed you, but I like to have a page for all of my projects, and I note down some dates, like the day I started, the day I feel I made some progress on it.
If you're doing certain modifications or something, you also write it.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't use my knitting journal for that because I was just somewhere else, I think. But for my Rybeck sweater, I wrote down all of the different yarns the designer uses in each section, because you're holding different strands together, and I really needed to write everything down and then work it out on paper for me. And it really, really helped. Like, this is what she used, fingering for the MC, for the CC, etc. And so I also wrote, like, this is each different section, where was it, and stuff. And it really, really helped me afterwards figure out what my different sections would be. Yeah, and that is really something that for me it's so much easier to do it, to write it all down, process it, write it, like, yeah, work it all out in my head, and then I knit all my little color swatches. So yeah, so this time we thought we would share our
favorite notebooks. So you have the Traveler.
Yeah, I'm gonna show it. Yeah. So I have it's the Traveler's Notebook. I have it in the passport size, and I just got the simple black one. I think you can see here it says Traveler's Notebook. I didn't start off with this one. I started by collecting notebooks from another brand called Midori. They make the best paper. It's the paper that is also used in the Traveler's Notebooks. But then I kept thinking about a really small notebook, which I would use as my diary, but also my calendar. I kept just researching and stuff. I have a little charm that is a progress keeper. Amy brought it back for me from Madrid, and it says Petit Paili. I just love it. It makes me happy. So that's the charm I have on it. And then I use this big pince clip to hold it all together. I have my favorite pen, and then inside, take the clip off. So right now I have 3 notebooks in it. Usually I only have 2. The first one is my calendar, and it makes it so much easier to see, because I used to keep track of all my appointments and stuff in my iPhone calendar, but then sometimes I'm like, when is that appointment or something, and then you just have to go through every single day. Like, I don't know, I needed to see stuff, so I like to use different little stickers and stuff, write my friends' birthdays, my doctor's appointments, or when they part home and stuff like that. So, and then I have another notebook, which is just like, I call it my brain dump or something. If I have ideas, if I need to work something out, if I need to write something down, that's just my little everyday little notebook. And then I just added another one yesterday, and that's gonna be my Rome notebook. And I started just writing down addresses, the hotel we're gonna be staying at, and then I wrote down the address of a stationery shop, and then I think I'm gonna go through all my addresses that I've saved, write them all down in my notebook and stuff. I also have some stickers in my pouch, and that's it. That's my notebook. It's very practical. It's very small and compact, which I like. It fits in my tote bag. I carry it with me everywhere. I use it at work as well. It's just my little everyday notebook, which is perfect. I really love it.
I have one which is from another brand. It's from an Austrian brand called Paper Republic. It's also a leather cover with an elastic around it, and with a few notebooks in it. So I also have 3 notebooks. I have plain ruled one where I knit, my ideas.
You knit your ideas?
I write down my ideas, my to-do list, not for work, but like for
life.
For life and for personal things. Like get an appointment for this, for that, buy this, buy that. It's mostly buy this and that, honestly.
Shopping list and to-do
Shopping list, yeah. So that's it. I have another one which is also a calendar, like this. And I have a smaller one which I haven't used yet, which is the same that we bought at the same. Yeah, we bought it at the Bon Marché.
Yeah.
And you can use different elastics to join them inside. So yeah.
Yours is also embossed. It has your name on it. That's really nice.
Yes, it's really nice. Smells really nice of leather.
Yeah.
And I think it's very good company. They do very good social media.
Yeah.
Paper Republic. They were in Paris last week in a papeterie to do like a pop-up shop.
Yeah, they did the pop-up in a stationery shop in Paris.
I also got from them a bigger one, which is an A5, I think. No, it's bigger than A5, I think.
A6? No,
A6 is smaller, so I'm not sure. It's called XL. And I haven't used it yet. It's a green leather one, also embossed with my name. I have a smaller one and a bigger one, which they call the book refill. So that's like more for writing and stuff, I think. I'm not sure yet if I want to use it like as a work notebook or for something else. I don't know yet, but I really, really love this company, and I love their paper, and so we'll see what I do with this one. So yeah, that's what we wanted to share. Another hobby.
Another nice hobby.
Where you spend all your money on. Yeah. So,
it's fun.
Another way to be creative also, and to, put your ideas in order and
it goes really well with knitting as well.
Yeah.
Because having a knitting notebook is a really great way to keep track of your projects and also ideas. I write a lot about my dream knitting in my notebook, just because I always get ideas like, oh, I could knit this pattern with this yarn that I have in my stash, or this yarn that I could buy this yarn, and I feel like it helps me think about it and have it's
also good for podcast notes.
Definitely.
And as soon as we were done with the last podcast, I started the notes for this episode, so that I didn't have to write down anything before this. Everything was already ready.
Yeah.
So, also very practical for the podcast, I have to say. So, do you want to share anything more?
No, that's it. Let's talk a little bit about life.
Okay.
In general.
And your health?
Yes. I have known for a long time that I have sleep apnea. A lot of people tell me. And it wasn't a very big deal, but I feel like in the past couple of years, it's become really more severe. In a way that I feel really exhausted. I have to nap. Any day I'm not working, I'm having a nap.
But like a very long nap, not just a small nap.
Like a really long nap. Because I cannot stay awake. And I've been also having these episodes where just that I call my narcolepsy, where I just can't fall asleep standing up in the morning when I go to work. I feel like I'm standing up and I'm dozing off. At work, I doze off as well. It's kind of taking, it's been taking a little bit more over my life recently. And so in the fall, I feel like I visited my brother. He showed me he has a machine because he had sleep apnea as well. And, you know, I tried it and I was like, this isn't so scary. I could get used to that, you know. So I made an appointment with a sleep doctor. I got a recommendation from my doctor, made an appointment with a sleep doctor, had to wait for 6 months for the appointment, and it finally happened this week. I went and saw her a few days ago. She was great. She explained lots of things to me, and it wasn't overwhelming and it wasn't scary. And, you know, I left her office with the equipment so that I could record my sleep from home that very night. The next day I dropped it off. She called me with the results, and, you know, like I was expecting, I do have severe sleep apnea, and she said the good news is that with the machine is going to solve this problem, and it explains all of my symptoms, and it's gonna make it all okay and better. So I'm really, really happy. For me, this week was a very big milestone because I finally feel like I'm, you know, doing something that's gonna have a very, very positive and big impact in my life, on my health, and just on myself in general. So yeah, I wanted to say that yeah, for me it was a really big thing this week, and I'm so happy and excited to get the process started. They're delivering the machine to me next week, and yeah, I just wanna, yeah, hopefully it's gonna
get used to it. And
yeah, but I'm not worried about that. I just, you know, whatever I need to do to make it better, I'm gonna do. It's just a matter of getting used to something. I don't think there's anything I couldn't get used to if I had to. So, you know, I'm not at all worried about it. On the contrary, I am just so excited to get my life back. I feel like it's really going to give me my life back. So, yeah, it was a very big milestone for me. I'm also getting some glasses because my eyesight is, you know, going down.
Everything's going downhill. You know,
you hit 40 and
you hit 40 and then you need to, you know, go to the doctor every week for this or that or the other.
Yeah, so
basically
keeping a diary with all your appointments,
yes,
is very helpful.
Yes.
So yeah, I just wanted to say, for me it feels like I hit a very big milestone this week, and I'm super excited to be, you know, handling things and moving forward in a positive way. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So on this positive note,
yeah.
So please let us know if you had any very good addresses in Rome.
Yes, please. We will be in Rome in a bit next week.
Next week.
We will be in
Sunday.
Rome, and we hope to vlog it a little bit,
yes.
maybe.
Yes.
I like to do vlogs for Instagram, and you like to do vlogs for YouTube. So you can follow us on our Instagrams and, you know, keep checking this YouTube channel. We hope to take you along with us a little bit, and then we will be back probably
month.
In about a month or something. I think before the next pop-up will be good to check in with all of you. So thank you so much for watching our episode. Thank you for following us and leaving always the best comments. We love reading your comments. It's so you're also supportive, and it's just a great
it's
boost.
very motivating.
A great boost for us, definitely. So we love sharing with you, and we will keep doing so.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.